Hi, I'm Steve Younis. Welcome to the Speeding Bulletin, your Superman highlights video, bringing you up to speed on everything that took place during the week June 14th to June 20th, 2017. Our top news stories this week included Danny Elfman replaces Junkie XL as composer for Justice League, Teri Hatcher and Dean Cain reunite in Sydney, Australia, and DC Comics releases their September solicitations. Let's check out these news stories and more in this week's Speeding Bulletin. In movie news, The Hollywood Reporter discovered that Danny Elfman is taking over as the composer of the Justice League movie. Elfman is no stranger to superhero films, having scored Batman, Batman Returns, Spider-Man, and Spider-Man 2. Snyder had been working with Tom Holkenborg, aka Junkie XL, on the movie. Holkenborg, who scored Batman v Superman Dawn of Justice, announced via his Twitter account that he'd been removed from the project, stating, "As my mentor Hans Zimmer had told me, you haven't made it in Hollywood as a composer until you get replaced on a project. So I guess I finally graduated this week. It pains me to leave the project, but a big thanks to Zach for asking me to be a part of his vision, and I wish Danny, Joss and Warner Brothers all the best with Justice League." Variety published an interview with DC Films producers John Berg and Jeff Johns, in which they discussed the success of Wonder Woman, why Batman v Superman received poor reviews, and what the DC universe of films will look like moving forward. As for why audiences embrace Wonder Woman over the other films, John Berg said, "It's a fun movie, it's positive and optimistic. The early films may have been too dark in parts." DC Comics gave us our first look at the upcoming line of Jack's 20-inch action figures for the Justice League movie. Scheduled to arrive in stores from August 12th, the figures include Superman, Wonder Woman, Batman, Cyborg, The Flash and Aquaman. In TV news, on Saturday, June 17th, Teri Hatcher and Dean Cain reunited on stage for the first time in more than 20 years at the Supernova Convention in Sydney, Australia. While there were rumours during filming of the hit 1990s series Lois and Clark that Dean and Teri didn't get along, there was no hint of that in 2017, with the pair getting along famously for the Q&A panel and afterwards when they climbed Sydney's famous Harbour Bridge. Deadline.com reports that Ali Adler, co-creator of the Supergirl TV series, has stepped down as co-showrunner of the series for Season 3. Adler will remain as an executive consultant on the CW series. The move sees the promotion of producers Jessica Queller and Robert Rovner to co-showrunners alongside co-creator Andrew Kreisberg. The first wave of Teen Choice 2017 nominees were announced this week, with Supergirl receiving nominations in 3 categories. Supergirl has been nominated for Choice Action TV Show. Chris Wood, who plays Monel, received a nomination for Choice Action TV Actor, and Melissa Benoist has also been nominated in the Choice Action TV Actress category. Voting is now open via teenchoice.com and Twitter. The 2-hour event airs live Sunday, August 13th from 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Fox. Superman homepage reviewer Thomas Dreyfus submitted his review of the latest episode of Justice League Action. Titled Battle for the Bottled City, the Atom shrinks Superman down to microscopic size so that he can enter the bottled city of Kandor, but when Brainiac breaks into the Fortress of Solitude, defeats Cyborg, and reclaims the bottle, Atom must try to stop Brainiac on his own. Thomas gave this episode a 4 out of 5, saying, "Tiny Superman kicking the crap out of Brainiac, that's a quintessential JLA moment." In comic book news, DC Comics released their September 2017 solicitations this week, and we highlighted for you all the Superman-related comics and products listed. Of special note was Action Comics 987, Part 1 of the Oz Effect story, in which the agents of the mysterious Mr. Oz begin to move as the Man of Steel works to stop the chaos that they unleash in Metropolis and across the globe. But when Mr. Oz steps from the shadows, his identity rocks the last son of Krypton to his core. And Superman number 30, Part 2 of the Fear Itself story, in which it's a Game of Thrones on Apocalypse, as the lords of the dreaded world battle each other to claim its rule. Lex Luthor is summoned back to the warring planet, and he will need Superman to help him reclaim a crown he did not ask for. Meanwhile, Lois is confronted by the female Furies, and John faces the children of the Fire Pits. Check out the complete list of Superman-related comic books coming out in September at our website now. I caught up with Injustice 2 comic book writer Tom Taylor for a one-on-one chat to discuss the new series, Tom's return to the Injustice world, and what Superman fans can expect from the book.
So yeah, I wouldn't expect too much. I wouldn't expect any sort of too much redemption or anything for Supes in this one. But as far as other characters, there's great character moments coming up for a lot more.
You can watch the complete interview at our website now. Comic books we reviewed this week included Superwoman number 11, which was reviewed by T.A. Hewitt, who gave it a 3 out of 5, saying, "We're still left with the incomplete Lana Lang, who is neither heroine nor helper." Mario Benisi reviewed New Superman number 12, saying, "There's a lot going on in this issue, but I think Yang manages to fit it all in without anything being glossed over or barely addressed," and he gave it a 5 out of 5. Supergirl number 10 was reviewed by James Lance, who gave it a 5 out of 5, saying, "There are elements of this issue that feel like they are inspired by the Silver Age and Bronze Age of DC Comics." Michael Bailey has yet to hand in his review of Action Comics 981, but it should be up on the website by the time you're watching this video. Superman comic books available this week from June 21st include Injustice 2 Chapter 11 digital comic, DC Comics Bombshells number 29, Injustice 2 number 4 print edition, Justice League number 23, which is available in a variant cover, Super Sons number 5 is also available in a variant cover, Superman number 25, which is available in a variant cover, Trinity number 10 also comes in a variant cover, DC Comics Bombshells Volume 4 Queens trade paperback, DC Superhero Girls Volume 3 Summer Olympus trade paperback, Justice League vs. Suicide Squad hardcover, New Superman Volume 1 Made in China trade paperback, Superboy and the Legion of Superheroes Volume 1 hardcover, and Superman the Golden Age Volume 3 trade paperback. It's always time for Superman with these fantastic clocks. Get the Westland Giftware Superman wood wall clock for $17.49. Or how about a 12-inch jumbo Superman alarm clock for just $14.99. These and other Superman clocks are available from the Superman homepage online store, found at supermanhomepage.com/shop. In other news, from comic books to the big screen and some surprises in between, Funko's DC exclusive for San Diego Comic-Con really runs the spectrum. Along with some non-Superman Justice League movie figures, Funko revealed a Pop Heroes Wonder Twins 3-pack, which will include Zan, Jaina and Gleek. San Diego Comic-Con will take place across July 20th to 23rd at the San Diego Convention Center. I recently finished reading Lois Lane Triple Threat, the third book in the series by Gwenda Bond. I posted my review of the book on our website, saying Gwenda Bond has written another book you can't put down. You want to keep reading to find out how Lois is going to solve the problem of the mutant teens, whether Perry White will fire her, and whether her relationship with Clark will go the way you hope it will. You can read my full review at the website now. DC Entertainment has posted the 13th episode of Season 3 of the DC Superhero Girls online animated shorts, titled Stealth 101 Part 1, Batgirl and Poison Ivy are partnered for Crazy Quilt's stealth suit design project. Watch the full episode at our website now. That's all the Superman news there was for the week June 14th to June 20th. To ensure you don't miss any of our videos, please subscribe to our YouTube channel. And if you found this video interesting or entertaining in any way, then please leave a thumbs up or comment below. And don't forget to share this video with your family and friends. Scotty V is up next with his Great Scott segment, and I'll be back after that with this week's installment of Did You Know?
Great Scott! Great Scott! Great Scott!
Hello everyone and welcome to another fabulous episode of Great Scott. I'm Scotty V. Thanks for watching. So, recent Supergirl comics have had fans jumping up and down. In August of 2017, Selina, famed sorceress of Ataxia, is supposed to appear. Fans who know the 1984 Supergirl movie know that Selina was the primary villain in that film. It wasn't a particularly acclaimed film. It didn't make a lot of money. It didn't go anywhere else beyond that one film, although there was talk of a continuing franchise. The reason that the Supergirl film was made was because they were trying to get a Superman film made, and I guess Christopher Reeve was obligated to do some other stuff, and it was going to be a while before they got to the Superman movie franchise again. So for a little less money and a little less jumping through hoops, they were able to, Salkind and friends were able to put together a Supergirl film, which saw Superman off in another galaxy, stopping a civil war of some kind, and Supergirl conveniently arrive on Earth during the time when a super being would be most needed, although Superman wasn't going to be around. They cover that at the very beginning, which oftentimes is a thing that I wish they would do on Supergirl. Even when they said in the beginning Superman won't appear on this show, it's Supergirl's show and we don't need him outshining her, or she doesn't need him to be good. What has happened is they've gotten away from that because Superman has appeared many times on the Supergirl show, but instead of getting into the argument that he's better than her or we don't need him around to make her something special, they've just made her better than him in almost every time they've met, with the exception of the first time where he had to save her life from Reactron. Now she's turned out to be stronger than him. She's able to best him in a battle. I guess the argument could be made that he was under mind control and therefore not of his full faculty. Or maybe you could say that somewhere in there he knew he was fighting Supergirl and he actually didn't try as hard to kill her, even though he was under mind control and his great willpower from within, which might be the best way to look at it, but I don't know that that actually came out on screen. That's just a Superman fan trying to give it a reason. No, it's not impossible that females on Krypton wouldn't be stronger on Earth. It's not impossible that certain females wouldn't be stronger than males. The issue isn't that I don't think a female can be stronger or that females can't be great and that females aren't great. They are. The issue here is Superman is Superman, and Supergirl was made to gleam off the success of a character that was already very successful. And they said, well, why can't we create a female that would be just as successful? And they did. She's never been just as successful, but now she has her own show. Comics have been going for quite some time. I believe I've read one of the new Rebirth series. It didn't get me, but I'm also not up to date on the Superman books, the JLA books. I'm just not up to date. I have not loved the modicum of mucky mess that we've been in since the New 52 launched, and since that thing went by the wayside, and since they killed off the other Superman, and since they merged, and now supposedly that hasn't happened, or it was Mixius Pitlick, or it was some other way, and now none of that ever happened, and it was all a joke. And maybe, and I will, and I need to get back to that because I need to figure out what exactly that is. But the good thing now is that we have, I like Easter eggs. I like when they harken back to things they've done before, so I think it's neat that the Decahedron and Selina and other characters from that movie, from Krypton, from that whole situation, are gonna come into this story, and that they're using that. So it's neat that they're bringing her in. My understanding is Supergirl fans have been waiting a long time to see some of those ideas and some of those characters come to the comic books. It's not that the ideas for the movie weren't well thought of. It's just that sort of the putting together of that movie and the seeing it through and the acting and some of the writing that just didn't follow through with some of the cool ideas that they had. A sorceress, magic. Kryptonians are susceptible to magic. She's from another planet, another world. She has sorceress powers. Of course, in the movie, I don't think it was ever said that she was necessarily from another world, or maybe it was. It's been such a long time since I've seen it. So anyway, that gives them a villain where they don't have to use kryptonite. She's somebody who can use her powers on Supergirl. And what they generally don't do in the comics is give the stupid sidekick. Like Luthor had to have Otis. Selina had to have that crazy ditzy airhead with her. Superman 3, you had to have not only Richard Pryor, but you had to have Robert Vaughn playing this really intelligent Lex Luthor-like businessman, but he was surrounded by idiots. You wouldn't surround yourself with complete idiots. That's what I've always hated, when they belittle Lex Luthor by putting idiots around him or putting him in a train station. He's one of the smartest guys on Earth. He's one of the richest guys on Earth. So why would he have goofballs around him? He would know to surround himself with important people. He would have smart, important people doing all his dirty work for him, and he wouldn't be living in a train station. So what will probably happen with the comics is they'll do away with some of the sillier stuff. Not that there isn't silly stuff that happens in comics, but if they take Selina seriously and they take the Decahedron seriously and they take that whole situation seriously, maybe in the comics we'll get the movie that we didn't get in 1984, although it's a cult favorite. People still love to go back and watch it. And hopefully on the Supergirl series, maybe we can see some of that, and maybe we can find out that maybe Superman wasn't trying incredibly hard to kill her. Not to say they can't even be evenly matched or that she can't be stronger than him. I just like it wasn't necessary to bring him on to make her stronger. It's also not necessary to have him on and then make him weaker and not as good in order to make her seem stronger. Let's have them both be strong of their own accord. And let's see what happens with Selena and the Decahedron in comics. Thanks everybody for watching, and remember, always look up in the sky. La 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 la.
Did you know that June 16th is traditionally commemorated as the day Krypton was destroyed? While June 16th is traditionally recognised as the day Kal-El landed on Earth. Now you know.